I'm really starting to like this go-karting thing.
Yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, can I show you this cute dress I just got?
Yes, of course. Oh my goodness, it's so cute.
I just love shopping.
I love shopping too.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, did you guys say you like shopping?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Well, dude, I have the perfect place to do that at. ShopPayCara.com. At ShopPayCara.com, you can get free shipping on orders $200 or more. You can get anything you want, like MXC rims, gloves, rib vests, shoes, anything that you need, all at ShopPayCara.com.
Who is he talking to?
No idea.
But we're gonna have to check it out. Sounds like a great deal.
Sure does.
Cat food marketing. $9.99 a month.
Dude, Caleb, wake up. Dude, we're live in 5 minutes. Let's go, come on. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm so sorry. Xander had me in a cat food marketing meeting till like 2 a.m. last night.
Come on, man.
Do you have anything I can drink?
Dude, I got the perfect thing for you. Perico, it's a healthy energy drink alternative.
Perico, non-GMO, gluten-free, kosher, magnesium, B12, B6,
Yeah, it's good.
B5, biotin, and zero sugar? Pericazo! Try Perico, made with natural ingredients, organic caffeine, and supports your metabolism. Try the new official energy drink of Kart Chaser.
Let's go race.
Come on, man.
Paulie Massimino wins the Wisconsin Grand Prix. James Overbeck on start number 2 gets win number 1 in OKN Stars.
On track or off, Brandon Jarscak Racing delivers elite performance. Led by 4-time Pro National Champion Brandon Jarscak, our team masters driver coaching, data-driven analysis, and mechanical precision at every national event. Contact us today at BrandonJarscakRacing.com.
Cool features that Race Studio 3 has that people normally don't know about it. If you look on the bottom left, I have the weather showing my ambient temperature, pressure, humidity, and even the wind direction and wind speed. To be able to get this, you gotta create an account on the AIM website and just log in. If you log in and have internet on, it will pull the weather from the previous year of sessions that you have.
If you want to learn more about data analysis, you can sign up on our website right now and join the online course today.
This is Henry. Henry feels sad. Henry feels sad because it's time for his next big race and his go-kart is in bits. Henry doesn't know that Acceleration Kart Racing is the United States' #1 shop for all of your karting equipment needs. Henry also doesn't know that Acceleration Kart Racing can deliver anything from tires to race suits and even wheels directly to your front door or to the racetrack itself quickly and efficiently, with tech support available 6 days a week. Poor Henry doesn't even know that Acceleration Kart Racing offers free shipping to mainland USA on selected product if you spend $200 or more. Do yourself a favor. Go to accelerationkarting.com and make sure that you are never left stuck on the pre-grid with Henry. Be smart and don't be like Henry.
Kyle, what are you doing?
It's got my new Greyhound seat.
You don't even have a cart.
Doesn't matter. I have a Greyhound.
Who the f is Kyle Cuthbertson? Doesn't even have a go-kart.
Doesn't matter.
Cuthbertson threw on Turney. Turney in the dirt.
2026 Cup Kart South Series, February 20th through 22nd at Finish Line Karting. March 20th through 22nd at Daytona International Speedway. April 24th through 26th at Music City Karting. And May 29th through 31st at Bushnell Motorsports Park.
Champions aren't just born on the kart track. At SimShop, we deliver professional-grade simulators with the best performance-to-price ratio in the industry. Founded by racers who understand what you need, our SimMagic and Moza equipment is powerful enough for the pros, yet affordable for everyone. With unmatched customer support and a thriving community, we're your racing partner. Visit simshop.com today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Speedsportz Racing Park for round number 4, the finale of the Rotax Max Challenge Winter Trophy. DD2 Max qualifying on the racetrack right now. Gianluca Savalio fastest, and as we're watching those opening couple of moments here, Henry, first of all, good morning to you, but sadly, doesn't seem to be the best of the mornings for our provisional champ, Billy Musgrave. Seemed to have a problem here as he's down in the 8th spot and was looking at the go-kart closely.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Xander. This is the day where the 6 grand final tickets are officially awarded. Of course, 3 were provisionally sealed yesterday, including in this class for Billy Musgrave. But just before we came on air, you Kart Chaser Universe watching the free view coverage of warm-up and qualifying here in Houston, saw Billy Musgrave looking down at the back of his go-kart. We're getting word from our trackside observers it was an exhaust problem. Cameron Reed down in pit lane, I am sure we'll get the info and the latest news on that when she can, but as the checkered flag comes out, well, strength in numbers for factory karts. One has a problem, the other, driven by that driver there, crossing the line in the yellow and black race suit, Theo Kakati, currently top of the pops, fastest of all, just deposing Gianluca Savalio. Alexi Bayerjon, 3rd fastest. There's a couple more drivers cross the line. In fact, Bayerjon and Savalio still on a fast lap by the looks of it. No, they picked. So it's going to be Theo Kakati. Heartbreak yesterday for the Abu Dhabi-based, now Abu Dhabi-born, US-based driver, Theo Kakati, provisional pole. A kingpin went south on his kart yesterday, front kingpin, and that meant he retired from the main event. Savalio, who, along with Lucas Perno, yesterday's poleman, who has qualified provisionally 4th fastest, they are tied for 2nd in points. Perno in 4th, Bayerjon in 3rd, and then it is Matt Taskinen in 5th. Champion Billy Musgrave, only P8, but there is your provisional pole sitter, Theo Kakati.
Theo, heartbreaker yesterday, but able to put it pole position today. Waited a long time on grid. Talk me through the reasoning behind that.
It's just normal qualifying. Everyone's waiting to get out on track. We want the best position. We don't want to tow around other drivers, so we're just chilling there. We had a game plan, and super happy that we just got on pole. But that was the strategy there.
Yeah, are you a little bit surprised? Obviously, it looked like Billy had some issues, so we'll have to catch up with him. But are you surprised about that pole position? How does it feel?
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, the strategy was, getting the slipstream, and then I saw that he had a little bit of an issue, so he pulled over. And, I just put my head down, and I'm super happy that we got pole. We've been working hard this weekend, and after yesterday, of course, this is the result that we wanted.
Well, congratulations, Theo. DD2 pole position for Sunday.
Well, there we go. 1 qualifying session down, 1 to go. 5 to go, sorry. We'll be back very, very shortly. Luka Posick getting a look at the scenery. There'll be plenty more of that when we come back.
Are you looking to take the next step in your racing journey? Well, look no further than PitFit.
With 2 locations in Charlotte, North Carolina and Indianapolis, Indiana, PitFit trains drivers all the way from grassroots level karting to IndyCar and NASCAR with top-of-the-line personalized coaching to improve physical and cognitive fitness.
For more information on programs, check out PitFit on Instagram or Facebook today.
Hey guys, I'm Chris G. I'm Kart Chaser's driver fitness coach, and today I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to strengthen your shoulders for more endurance and better stability in the kart. Here we go. Okay, so exercise number 1 is the front rope pull-through cable raises. Okay, now this is the upright cable row. What you are doing here is you're picking a straight bar, as you see, and we're working the side areas of our shoulders, the medial. Exercise number 3 the dumbbell shrugs. As you guys can tell, I like to pause at the top before releasing. It's great for your strength, for that wheel stability. It's great for those shoulders and that upper back area. Chris G coaching, race-ready training that carries into real life. That's what we do here. See you on the next one.
Are you stuck with your kart racing? Not sure the ideal kart setup? Or going to a track for the first time? Well, Kart Class has the answers for you. Our online portal has a wealth of experience and knowledge to help your kart racing. From kart setup advice to track guides that are targeted specifically to your circuit, or the driver coaching aspect with mindset, racecraft and driving techniques. If you want to take your karting to the next level, visit us at kartclass.com.
Well, there is a look at the pre-grid area in the background, in the foreground. Just some of the 15 turns that make up Speedsportz Raceway Park here in Houston. As you can see by the officials on the racetrack and the spectators and family members in the pits, it is, well, should we say that Texas has certainly bought into the winter part of the Rotax Winter Trophy. Micromax qualifying on circuit. I have to say that this morning when we arrived at the circuit for morning warm-up, it was colder than polar bear poo. But the sun is out and the track, as you see, couple of drivers looping their karts on what is still a very, very cold track. So it was this Vettel Baker just signaling to the other drivers, yep, I've rotated my wagon. It's not as, I mean, when we got here this morning, how can I describe this? The weather was more bitter than your ex who realizes that you've just won the national lottery the day after your divorce was finalized. That's how bitter it was. But the sun is shining and it's threatening to get, I won't say warm, I'll say less cold, but the grip levels are still very, very negligible, as Lincoln Lima proves there, just getting the back end of that number 11 Prime Power Team kart out. Now, big news in Micromax. Jack Katowski unable to race today. We hope that Jack and his family are all fine, no issues, but Jack not racing today, and that means it will be a head-to-head fight for the ticket to the Rotax Grand Finals in Portimao between the two Richardson Chassis Engineering drivers, the number 82 of Arthur Rhodes and the number 91 of Freddie Baker. They're separated by just 10 points in the standings, and the little team that could, the British-built RCE chassis on its US debut, and at the moment it's won all three finals in the hands of Rhodes and Baker. One of those two British drivers will take the very first Micromax ticket, the first of just 36 global Micromax tickets be awarded to one of those two drivers today. Of course, there are 20 drivers, so there are 18 other drivers in this class looking to spoil the party in terms of the race victory and, of course, the trophy, but the championship will go between one of the two British drivers. At the moment, Freddie Baker is fastest. Shep Sullivan, he is a driver, the Sullivan out of Vassar Sullivan Racing. Shep, I spoke to him yesterday, it's his debut in Rotax, and it's fair to say that his team have been through the ringer in terms of trying to find the sweet spot with the motor package and all the ancillaries. I spoke to them last night, and I think they're on motor number over the course of they have found the sweet spot finally. Everything is working, and of course they're brand new to Rotax, so they're just learning the intricacies of the motor package. And so we're looking for Shep Sullivan, who is coming down the back straight now with the number 12 kart. he says, look, we're going to be in good shape today. We're looking for a top 5, minimum top 10 for the driver of kart number 12, who finished 12th yesterday. And at the moment, Shep Sullivan is P2. Lincoln Lima, doing 2 classes, micro and mini, is 3rd fastest. And Dusty Strayer, 4th fastest. There is Dusty in the number 21 kart. Finished in the top 3 on the road yesterday. Post-race penalty pushed him down to 5th place. But still, the driver with that wonderful Bell Simpson Bandit crash helmet, old school throwback, looks like one of the Star Wars guards in that Bell Simpson Power Rangers. He's following Arthur Rhodes at the moment, Stormtrooper, that's what I meant to say. Well, he's storming past Arthur Rhodes now, and Dusty Gray Strayer is looking to redeem himself. Wiley Lee, for those of you that didn't stay to watch the podium presentation, Wiley Lee in the number 1 kart. He won the main event on the road yesterday, but was given a penalty for jumping the start, which pushed him back to 3rd. But still, a national podium for a driver who is just 7 years old. Very impressive. Max Santana is back. He tweaked his arm in that last lap incident, was battling for the win yesterday, but marvellous Max Santana, magnificent Max Santana is there in the number 19 kart and already back into the top 5 as we've got 2.5 minutes to go. And of course, whilst wherever you're watching this free-to-air coverage, Kart Chaser have got you covered night and day this weekend. Of course, you have got the K1 circuit, the Champions, the Future Academy. Caleb Vieska will be on board with that. That's starting in a little while. You can watch that this evening. And of course, Taylor Burris, Jackson Lambros and the crew are down in Jacksonville, Florida, where I am reliably informed it is even colder than it is here for the Apex Kart Championship. So 3 events, 3 days worth of karting. You have no excuse. There is your Sunday planned wherever you are in the world. Here, of course, the final round of the Rotax Winter Trophy. We're going to find out. At the moment, provisionally, we've had 5 tickets awarded at the International Trophy at Macau. 3 were sealed yesterday. There are currently 7 nations going to the grand finals: Great Britain, Estonia, Thailand, Kyrgyzstan, China, Argentina, and the USA with Billy Musgrave. We're going to find out which 3 drivers representing which 3 nations will join them today. There is one of the drivers that could do that. That's the number 91 of Freddie Baker, who is fastest, and is fastest by a chunk of change. 0.6 of a second. Xander Clements. That is unheard of in Micromax racing.
And he's been like that this entire session, Henry. 0.7 up at the worst. I think he got to maybe half a second at the end of last lap. Now it'll get a little closer again as Arthur Rhodes opens up the throttle, gets a bit closer to his teammate Freddie Baker, but just barely. Again, he and Dusty Strayer both still over half a second off this blistering pace put together by the number 91 machine of Freddie. Now, it won't really be so much of a talking point for the micros, but I am interested, Henry, with the stipulation of the fact that the full-size classes, we talked about tire degradation a bit. We didn't really get to see the strategy in play of utilizing your second set of tires in the Winter Trophy, because that first round into the second round, the first round was mostly ran on the wet tires. So by the time we got back to the slicks, at the most, maybe someone ran their initial qualifying session on both sets, so they had a sticker set to go. But either way, they only ran 4 to 5 laps. However, for the finale weekend, right, you start with primary set number 1, beginning with qualifying for round number 3. After that, at any given point, you can deploy your second set, and you can also go back to the primary setup. Now, again, that's probably not the reason for this delta. I have to give a lot of kudos to Freddie Baker. He'll improve again across the line, continue to hold that top spot by a comfortable margin. It'll increase to 3.5 tenths over Dusty Strayer. Arthur Rhodes, his teammate, looking for where he ends up. It's going to be just barely off. Again, he was right there running along with Freddie, so he won't go any better than third. We're waiting for the last few to cross, and that'll do it. So sign it, seal it, deliver it. Freddie Baker's on pole again, 3 for 4. And Dusty Strayer, Arthur Rhodes, Zachary Lozier, and Max Santana, your top 5. But as we move up from the micro maxes to the junior maxes and senior maxes, there's a number of different strategies that you can do now, right? You could qualify on sticker sets in both cases, right? You could do it the standard way we're used to, because most American weekends force you. Round 3 is round 3's tires, round 4 is round 4. But for the Winter Trophy, the second set, you could have just used it for both finals.
Yep.
We've even seen some drivers run that primary set through every session up until the last final on the weekend. It goes stickers for round 4.
It gives the teams not an extra headache. It gives the teams
it's a variable to play with.
A variable to play with. You know, so Freddie Baker, I mean, looking at the amount of spinners that we had on the opening lap of qualifying there in Micromax, I think that several people saved their brand new set for the start there. I mean, looking at Enzo Di Janeiro, I mean, that is I don't say it's a brand new set, but that is a very, very new set of Envico tires.
Well, as you can see down on grid, Junior Max is next up. We've got 2 qualifying sessions completed so far for round 4 of the Rotax Max Challenge Winter Trophy. On the limit, in the cold, here at Speedsportz Racing Park. We'll be right back.
Gee, looks like we're missing the engine. What the hell am I supposed to tag?
What do you mean? It's my Greyhound. It's all I need.
Where's the rest of it?
It doesn't matter. It's a Greyhound.
You gotta make weight. Okay, you're good.
I'm sitting by here with Kyle, our race winner. Tell me how you did it. You were blazing fast out there, and I mean, you don't even have a go-kart, man. Tell me about it.
Yeah, you know, Norberg, Schmorberg, the Greyhound-powered Greyhound was great today. You know, it makes the difference. And the team's been working really hard back at the shop, and, you know, just shout out Greyhound.
Thank you, Kyle.
How the f did you just win?
Doesn't matter. It's a Greyhound.
Are you ready to get behind the wheel? From Formula One to NASCAR and IndyCar, all the pros start here. For more information, check us out online at mcckarting.com or call us and go racing today.
Macron Motorsports builds champions every day, drivers who won on the world stage. The Tillotson T4 Series is pure spec racing. Same engine, same chassis. When you win, it's because you were the best that day. Your edge is not the kart, it's the setup, the strategy, and the race team. With our Arrive and Drive program, you simply bring your gear, we provide the equipment and the championship winning support to every event. Stop wrenching, start racing. Your path to the T4 Nations Cup in Spain starts with us. For more information, contact us at macronmotorsports.net.
Hi, I'm Jackson with Alpha Race Hub. Alpha is an all-in-one motorsports software solution that can solve all the software problems you need for your track, facility, or series. Alpha can cover all your software bases, from online registration, digital e-waivers, a proprietary timing and scoring software, incident management, automated points tabulation, tire and barcode scanning. We even have our own mobile timing app and rental kart activity management software. If you're looking to consolidate your motorsports software solutions, reach out to us at alphatiming.co.uk.
Cool feature.
Junior Max up and on to the racetrack for our third qualifying session of the morning rotation. And a little bit of spins and thrills again. It is sunny, and honestly, Henry, as cold as it's been to start the day, it was equally cold yesterday. I don't feel like we had the sunshine nearly as much. And I also felt like it was quite a bit windier, too. I mentioned to a few of our team members as we were setting things up this morning that I didn't want to jinx anything, but it did feel a little bit better than Saturday morning. But that was because we were here bright and early at the same time yesterday, an hour earlier than we needed to compared to when we went live. Obviously, today we're moved up an hour sooner, so there is an adjustment, I guess, for the drivers going, especially if they went to slick tires here, new sets of Avinco tires for qualifying, where an hour earlier than the day before, and especially if you're going to new rubber, maybe the day before well, I guess you would have been on new rubber for round 3 qualifying as well, but that 1 hour of difference of a little bit more heat in the racetrack could make all the difference. One more hour of the sun baking the place, being a huge swing in the grip level. That's all I can attribute it to.
Yeah, no, because that was Carlos Molina getting sideways under braking, clattering into Achille Superco, Ava Cabral having to take evasive action at the start of qualifying. And even now, looking at Benham Abernathy, look at the understeer in the car going through and that's where you'll see the level of grip or lack thereof magnified. Oh, I just saw the pooch in the background. There was who let the dogs out? And you can see understeering all the drivers. It is what, 9:40, 9:58 in the morning here. This time yesterday we were still in warm-up, so we've gone an hour earlier. And looking at Abernathy, who is on dropped scores at the moment, tied with Leo Da Silva, with drop scores taken into account. Of course, that will change, but following the driver through this first second. Now look at the understeer in the kart when he wants to change direction quickly. He, there's, doesn't really turn in as well as he wants to. There is a magnified there, trying to get that early apex down towards the back straight, and especially under the heavy braking zone here, which of course is still somewhat shrouded in shade by the trees to the left-hand side of the circuit. So I think, qualifying will be very different. There'll be drivers that struggle in qualifying that are very quick in race trim when the track is warmed up, and vice versa.
So with halfway into the Junior Max qualifying session, unlike yesterday, right, where in Junior Max and especially Senior Max, we saw probably 2/3 of the field to 3/4 of the field opt to wait before they left the grid. Everyone's out there basically on the same lap today. And I think, again, that kind of tracks with being an hour sooner. And while it worked out for some, as we see here, Enzo Di Gennaro giving a little boot scooting boogie to Nicholas LaRusso, that it was probably not a perfect session for all of that 2/3 to 3/4 of the grid that gave themselves really only one opportunity, by sacrificing the first half of the session and having the tires that as we know, peak windows around lap 4 to lap 6.
Yep.
So they might have caught traffic. We saw still the best rise to the top, but I think that's partly why the strategy for today has changed a little bit, at least so far in Junior Max, between an hour earlier in the day and a colder racetrack, and some drivers going, hey, we had pace for 10th, we ended up 20th. We could have still put a good lap in, but we didn't give ourselves room for error.
Yeah, and of course, I think that the difference in tyre choice, well, Olivier Chassé going fastest. Max Mitev is second. There's a new name at the sharp end. Mitev, who, talking about consistency, 3 15th place finishes in the main events for Max Mitev, and he's third at the moment. Aidan Hammond goes second quickest. William Vita is up to fourth. Benham Abernathy and Leo Da Silva, the two drivers that will fight it out for the ticket. Fifth for Abernathy, seventh for Da Silva. Bassinet there, Antoine Bassinet is sixth fastest. So, there's going to be, personally, I like this whole tyre, situation where drivers can change because, of course, this is we're looking at driving, but we're also looking at engineering, tactics. You know, it's a 4-round championship. You've got 2 rounds this weekend. There is a look at the number 263, Olivier Chassé, the driver from Montreal on the red speed chassis for the Prime Power team. Darren Kidd goes fastest, and Iron Rock Motorsports, Alex Chandler up to second, De Silva third. You're seeing so many drivers set personal best. They've gone out early because the teams recognize, okay, new tire, used tire, it's so cold, the track, that the tires are going to just take 8 minutes. They're going to get warmed up. They're going to get better and better and better as the session goes on. So go out and just pound the laps in to get things up to temperature. Last time around, on lap number 6, 20 of the 21 fastest drivers in this class set their personal best lap.
And there's a new change at the top again with some more fast laps being put in on lap number 7. Darren Kidd, yesterday, first career podium, jumping all the way back to the top of the pylon here in qualifying. What a phenomenal day it was for the Mike Doty Racing Camp. A 1-2 finish for the pair of them, Benham Abernathy and Darren Kidd. And they've got a teammate in Senior Max standing by with us down on pit lane as well. Let's send it on to Cameron.
Down here on grid with Isaac Malkit. A solid result yesterday, P7, just right outside the top 5. How are you feeling today to hopefully break inside that top 5?
Yeah, I feel pretty good, honestly. We went back to the standard setup on the kart, and it felt really good. So I think we'll be really good today. We just need to work on our racecraft a little bit. We'll be right there.
A little bit warmer weather today. I know it doesn't feel like it just yet, but track should be a little bit warmer once you get out there. How do you think that's going to play into your performance today?
I think we're going to be pretty good, honestly, but like right now, since it's kind of cold out, we're at a disadvantage. But when it gets hotter out, we always just get better and better.
Well, good luck today, Isaac. Isaac ready to roll off for quali.
And now, with the final seconds ticking down in Junior Max qualifying, Alex Chandler back to the top. He qualified on the pole in the drive for round number 1, only to have a technical infraction that sent him to the rear, then put on an incredible drive in the wet to go back to the front. He's at the back of this group of 3. He's working the probably to be one of the last drivers to cross the line to try and improve. Everyone has been consistently going better lap over lap. 7 or 8 has been the money lap. So the first batch coming to the line now. Does anyone have an answer? Darren Kidd does. So does Max Maitev. Both just picked up over 2 tenths. What does Alex Chandler and his group have as an answer? Nothing at the line. It will go once again as we ended yesterday in Junior Max. We start Sunday the same. Mike Doty Racing, 1 and 2. Darren Kidd is having a career weekend here in Houston, Henry. His first career podium yesterday. He was fired up, said he hadn't felt anything like that feeling, and now he's riding on that wave, that momentum to the pole. First career weekend on the box, and now he's got another shot to go one step higher from the prettiest spot on the grid. Darren Kidd and Max Maitev with a career best qualifying effort, first and second in Junior Max Quali.
And as happy, and what the most refreshing thing yesterday, Darren Kidd, he was so pleased for his teammate there, Benham Abernathy. Now it's his turn to shine. Can he go one better? It's, yeah, there is the smiling face of our provisional pole sitter, and he's been smiling all weekend long.
Derek, fantastic job. First national podium yesterday, and now we're sitting on pole position. Talk me through that session.
It was good. I successfully got a draft off of Benham, which was I was kind of hoping for, and I was able to set a monster slap. I was not expecting that. I was able to hit the hairpin down there perfectly, which set me up perfect for the rest of the lap, and I set the fast lap, and I feel good about it.
You know, what's your strategy going into these heat races? Sitting on pole position for the first time, you're going to be leading off a massive grid heading into turn 1.
Feels good. I'm going to try to probably just stay calm. I'm going to try to not over push, not under push, just kind of stay really calm with my kart and my movements. I'm going to stay really smart, look at my surroundings, hopefully work with Benham and gap the field.
Well, good luck out there. Derek Kidd, your pole sitter in Junior Max.
Well, Darren Kidd, happy, a monstrous lap, he says, to get him provisional pole. We are 3 qualifying sessions down, 3 more to go here in Houston when we come back.
Cool features that Race Studio 3 has that people normally don't know about it. The track map on the background. So if you just connect your computer to the internet, you can come up here and click on this Google Earth icon, and it will pull the background from the Google Earth into your GPS data.
If you want to learn more about data analysis, you can sign up on my website right now. Enjoy the online course today.
Cat food marketing. $9.99 a month.
Dude, Caleb, wake up. Dude, we're live in 5 minutes. Let's go. Come on. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm so sorry. Xander had me in a cat food marketing meeting till like 2 a.m. last night.
Come on, man.
Do you have anything I can drink?
Dude, I got the perfect thing for you. Perico. It's a healthy energy drink alternative.
Perico, non-GMO, gluten-free, kosher, magnesium, B12, B6.
Yeah, it's good.
B5, biotin, and 0 sugar? Pericazo! Try Perico, made with natural ingredients, organic caffeine, and supports your metabolism. Try the new official energy drink of Kart Chaser.
Engines fired, and unlike Junior Max, the Senior Max drivers looking like they're going to wait a little bit. Derek Largo now out onto the circuit. You saw Malkin go by. There's Timothy Pernod. Going to have a few of them start to roll off the grid, but Macaulay Bishop, who is in command of the championship coming into Sunday, and the only other driver, truthfully, in contention, Oliver Hodgson, also waiting on the grid. The same goes for their team, Macaulay's teammate in Cameron Nelson, who enters today in 4th in the standings. But again, for Macaulay Bishop, if he were to rest on his opening 3 rounds, he'd end up with a score of 775. The maximum score on a given race weekend is 280. So at that point, again, a perfect day, including the pole for Oliver Hodgson, would be required, or if not the pole, still a perfect day and a drop for Bishop because he's only at 505 points, so plus 280 puts him up to then 795. He's only got 20 points away from a perfect day for him. That means that, again, the Senior Max Championship will not be locked after quali, but depending on the pre-final result, it could be clinched by then. Or, again, if Macaulay Bishop finds a way to end up on top of the pylon, not only taking those 5 points away, but setting himself up to potentially outscore his lowest of his 3 scores so far, which, again, all 3 are phenomenal. It equally makes it tougher. Spinner down here, that's Josh Norman going around in the comp cart for McCrone Motorsports. And as we check back in on the grid, now the field begins to slowly release. Hodgson, Nelson, and Ramos lead the big group. And there goes Bishop. Waited them all out. Now he'll release himself all by his lonesome at the back of the field. Burned about the first lap and a half, it looks like here. So they'll be a tick behind, and if they track like Junior Max, that's going to really put the pressure on, because I don't know if anyone inside the top 15, Henry, was on their had their fastest lap come earlier than lap 7.
Yeah.
Most of them were even better on lap 8 or 9.
So, everyone's looking at Macaulay Bishop as the reigning Grand Finals champion. So Macaulay simply sits there and says, I don't need to go fast. The pressure's on you, Mr. Hodgson. And, of course, Oliver has waited as long as they could, then realized, okay, if we wait any longer, our tires aren't going to warm up, so we've got to go. This is playing into Macaulay's wheelhouse. Yep, I'll just follow you all out. Because, of course, everyone was waiting because they want to get a slipstream off Macaulay.
Of course.
So McCauley, no, I'll be last out. And there he is, following the main pack of cars. So he will get the slipstream, when he needs it. He doesn't need to get to pole position. Hodgson really, really does. He's got a mountain to climb anyway, has Oliver Hodgson. Is that mountain climbable, or is it Mount Everest? That's the question. And Hodgson can certainly make his task, say not easier, but less difficult with pole position. Those 5 championship points could be critical. Oh, and there is Derek Wargo. Oh, Ray and Gandor.
And that messed up Gandor's rear bumper quite a bit. Now, it doesn't look fully disconnected, so he'll still be able to go.
But certainly, I mean, you'd hope that if the rear bumper is bent, is the frame still as the manufacturer designed it? That's the question that you have to think. Derek Wargo, it's that corner, it's the end of it's turn number 6, where you're slowing down from the fastest point of the track to one of the slowest corners, and grip levels not there. There's Bishop. We're not pushing yet. He's got Victor Alencar is behind him. Jeremy Sincere at the top of the charts at the moment. Isaac Malkout just usurps Jeremy. Theo Silveira is now into 3rd position. Joey Friend, Victor Alencar, Josh Norman, Arno Saborin, Sloan Sterling, Nicholas Vega, the top thing. But look at the differences in times. None of the front runners, or the expected front runners, have set a representative lap time there. There's the number 359. Pressure is squarely on Hodgson's shoulders. But if there's one driver that can soak up pressure, if there's one driver that knows how to win a Rotax national event in the USA, it is Oliver Hodgson. Yes, we've talked about his Grand Finals victory back in 2013. However, we haven't talked yet about his 4 consecutive US national Rotax final wins. So, Sunday at a national Rotax event in the USA is Oliver Hodgson's wheelhouse. And that is what McCauley Bishop has to think about. You can have all the speed in the world, but in 2 long-distance races, grip questionable, conditions not ideally suited for your racing, even though, it's sunny and warm, sunny and cool rather. Hodgson is going to be there or thereabouts for sure.
McCauley Bishop, though, with 2 minutes to go, another improvement. That's huge. A near half second up on the field. Everybody else that opted to go out in a big group, you saw there William Botillier reset himself. He let Diego Ramos by, then tucked in line in front of his teammate, and now he's going to be in front of about 3 more fast carts that are probably going to try and get past him. Ingrata goes by, Cameron Nelson trying to get alongside Oliver Hodgson. This is going to hurt the pair of them. Hodgson's going to try and hold his position in line and maybe go to work on Botillier in the last turn. That's going to put all the heat on, maybe 2 more laps. It looks like they'll have just enough time to get back around to the timing line. So Botillier will lose a spot here. Here's Nelson to try and follow suit. Botillier will let him through. And now, essentially, 2 laps of opportunity remain for anyone else to dethrone McCauley Bishop, who by himself has put himself in a great position and once again resets fast time. 52 flat, 4/10 nearly. He's up on Aiden Ingrata and Diego Ramos. Granted, again, both of them had to make passes on that lap, but McCauley Bishop, his strategy of going by himself versus looking for a tow, paying off. Hodgson has been in traffic every single lap. He's all the way down in 16th, over a second off. This lap, it looks like he'll catch traffic again. He's working his way towards the back of one of the SLA kart racing machines. That's the 308 machine.
Joaquin Pizziero, yeah. I mean,
it was 4th.
But still, is Hodgson closer? This is a big gamble for Oliver Hodgson. Oliver Hodgson is taking a huge risk here. The payoff is he might get a slipstream on his final lap.
I think he's too close. I think he's way too close into the S. He's all over. Look at this, right onto the bumper. He's going to be able to get back around him on the backstretch, but did he have to underdrive that opening sector, Henry, is the big question. He'll have a run down the back. I don't even think he'll be close enough here into turn 6. Again, Joaquin Galera Pizarro is relatively fast, but he blew turn 6, and now Hodgson has to pass him in 7. That's going to hurt him. That's going to hurt that whole group. Nelson following's on the outside. He's going to have no shot. He's 5th. This whole pack just completely obliterated now on this final lap for times. Ingrata's in the mix of it as well. He dropped back. The only one, I think, at this point, Henry, with a shot at the pole is Diego Ramos. He's ahead of the group, headed into the boot now, just ahead of Hodgson. Out of turn 14, through 15. Here comes the Brazilian to try and give an answer. Checkers in the air. It will not be enough. And Macaulay Bishop, as the pack behind, all were mired in traffic. And Oliver Hodgson, to start the day, does manage a decent enough final lap to go to 4th. But 5 points, 5 valuable championship points go off the table and to the way of the points leader, Macaulay Bishop. Goodness.
And that is tactics. Tactics paying off. Hodgson found himself in traffic. Now, high risk,
yes.
high reward.
Yes.
But it was one corner by Joaquim Golero Pizarro, who missed turn number 6. And, we'll never know whether Hodgson would have got the slipstream he needed. 0.4 of a second off. Cameron Nelson was right there. Bishop's teammate, tried to not work with Hodgson, but trying to get a slipstream off Hodgson. Macaulay Bishop, it's only 5 points, but at this stage of proceedings, 5 points is massive. Bishop is now in the catbird seat. It's his ticket to control pressure even more on Oliver Hodgson as we look down there. There is Hodgson in the red and black factory race suit, just thinking. I have to say, Oliver and Diego Ramos there last night in the tyre changing contest. One of the semi-finalists couldn't make it, so they teamed up as lucky losers to try and have some fun. And hey, Hodgson's a good quick tyre changer.
Ollie, P4, but it looks like you ran into a little bit of traffic there on your fast lap. Kind of talk me through that.
Yeah, I mean, you always take more risks being in that position, but I thought it was worth it this morning to try push for pole, but P4's good. We'll be in the race, so yeah, looking forward to it from here.
Yeah, every session it looks like you come out, maybe not perfect, but every single time you're there on those last couple of laps. Have you made any changes from yesterday to try to have that early on race pace?
Very subtle. I'd say that early on is probably more my style. So, yeah, well, I'll probably read what the race is going to be and decide what I'm going to do today.
Well, it seems to be working for you. Good luck today, Ollie.
Thank you.
We'll head on down to Macaulay Bishop, our pole sitter, yet again. A little bit of a walk down. Macaulay, last one to leave the grid, but able to take full advantage of it. Why is that? Is it just these tires don't take as long to heat up, or what's the reasoning for being the last one to leave?
I mean, just being at the back where the track's the hottest when everyone goes around first before me. The tires take a long while to get in, so I was just making sure I got the right position before I started pushing. And then I popped in 52.0, obviously pole position, and then on the last lap I was green by 2/10, and then I got held up in traffic, so I should have been into the 51s, which have been an event record. So yeah, no, we made a couple tweaks to the car overnight, and yeah, no, it properly up in quality, so it's good.
Yeah, yesterday after the final, you mentioned you weren't driving as good as you should be, but it looks like you changed that for today. What's your strategy going into the final to turn this pole position into a race win?
Just do what I normally do. I mean, yesterday, looking back on it, I mean, you could arguably say that I deserved to win that race. Obviously, the guy that was overtaken, if you just gave me a bit more space, then it would have worked. But, I mean, that's racing, so head down today and hopefully get a good result.
Well, good luck today, Macaulay.
Indeed, Macaulay Bishop absolutely led quite a bit to feel like he earned a shot at the race win yesterday. He's got a great shot at this one, though. Senior Max qualifying in the books, and the points leader on top. He'll lead them to green for the pre-finals later today as they were all on the limit, and qualifying continues.
2026 Cup Kart South Series, February 20th through 22nd at Finish Line Karting, March 20th through 22nd at Daytona International Speedway, April 24th through 26th at Music City Karting, and May 29th through 31st at Bushnell Motorsports Park.
You know, I'm really starting to like this go-karting thing.
Yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, can I show you this cute dress I just got?
Yes, of course. Oh my goodness, it's so cute.
I just love shopping.
I love shopping too.
Oh my god.
Wait, did you guys say you like shopping?
Of course.
Well, dude, I have the perfect place to do that at. ShopBakeAir.com. At ShopBakeAir.com, you can get free shipping on orders $200 or more. You can get anything you want, like MXC rims, gloves, rib vests, shoes, anything that you need, all at ShopBakeAir.com.
Who is he talking to?
No idea.
But we're gonna have to check it out. Sounds like a great deal.
Sure does.
Mini-Max is our second to last group to qualify, and then after that it's only racing left in the 2026 Rotax Max Challenge Winter Trophy. We mentioned how in a handful of divisions the championship implications are close to sealed. In Senior Max's case, it's still up for grabs, but again, Macaulay Bishop absolutely in the driver's seat off 3 phenomenal opening rounds of the championship. Mini-Max fully sealed, clinched mathematically. James Roots and Prime Power Team have swept all 3 main events. He's been essentially perfect in every definition of the term. He has been phenomenal. A win at all 3 main events and a perfect score, a truly perfect score of the pole-in qualifying 5-point bonus, the pre-final win, and the main event win, not just yesterday, but at round 1 as well. His only blemish was partly due to getting in the mix of a heavy-handed battle at round number 2 on Friday that sent him down the board, and then he had a champions level drive in that final, Henry, a valiant effort to charge by himself and will his way to the front. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, the rest of the Mini-Max class getting going, and obviously problems for one driver in particular there on the inside of turn 13.
Yeah, Tyler Blackwood has obviously just rotated the all-black liveried number 128 Kart, and that is the machine run Parallel machine from Chrome Motorsports. Tyler Blackwood out of Midland, Texas. So we look, again, James Roots has been magnificent. And of course, he's got the ticket. Now, will he just power forward and go for the clean sweep? Or will he just, make sure that he's safe and other drivers can take advantage and just go for the win itself? Championship runner-up position is still for grabs, obviously. Mason Brody, Yusuf Adi, Hudson Howard. We're looking at Hudson Howard. They are in the mix for that. The 2 J. Howard driver development team, Yusuf Adi and Hudson Howard, along with the Ryan Perry Motorsport Kart of Mason Brody. But James Roots maintaining his position. He's just been passed by the driver we're watching on our screen, Hudson Howard, for provisional pole position, but that will change numerous times over the next 4 3/4 minutes as the track warms up, as the tires warm up, as the drivers warm up. Because of course, it's one thing to sit around in your car on the dummy grid for a few minutes, your muscles cool down, your fingers sort of cool down a little bit, the joints cool down, and occasionally it just takes a lap or 2 to get your body in sync with what you have to do when it's very, very cold. There's Brody being chased by the number 133 Bennick Kart of Dutch Westbrook, who finished 4th yesterday, his best finish of the Winter Trophy. Westbrook 14th in round 1, 7th in round 2, 4th yesterday. Can he make his way onto the podium to round out the Winter Trophy leg of the Rotax USA Race Rotax slate of events this year, which will go on, sort of piggybacking with the SCUSA Pro Tour during the course of the main season and building up to the Rotax US Nationals later this year, September, I believe, in
the Rotax America's Trophy. 2 rounds that'll run, like you mentioned, on initially it'll run on the lead-up weekend for the 2 opening rounds of the SCUSA Pro Tour, headed to Tucson, Arizona on the 3rd weekend of March 20th to the 22nd, and then headed to the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, June 5th to the 7th. And then after the SCUSA Pro Tour finale in Newcastle, Indiana. The following weekend, we'll head back to Newcastle for the Rotax US Trophy Final. A 2-round championship for the Rotax Americas Trophy, and then the Rotax US Trophy Final will be a standalone event with tickets and the US National Championship awarded at Newcastle Motorsports Park once again, but in a little bit warmer temperatures for sure. I don't know if we'll necessarily be missing this level of frigidity, but we'll definitely be missing the easy sweater weather or maybe even t-shirt weather for our friends from the north in the afternoons that we're experiencing here in Houston, because it will be hot when we get to Cincinnati, Ohio in June, and we get to Newcastle, Indiana in August and end of July. You're talking high humidity, highs of the 80s. The mornings will feel like what the afternoon does here. That'll be the only good part. Once the track goes hot at 8 a.m., it'll be sweating buckets for about everybody. So,
yeah, I mean, you know, as long as they got something to complain about, as long as the paddock has got something to complain about with the weather, they're happy. It's either shivering or sweating, one of the two. Hey, I'd rather sweat than shiver. I know that much, but it's a beautifully crisp Sunday morning here just outside Houston, watching the number 135 car. That is Mr. Wheeler, Joshua Wheeler, 4th on Friday, 7th yesterday from Calgary, Alberta, on the Nitro chassis. There's the number 196 of Oliver Aupri, Tony Kart driver out of Ottawa. I was speaking to him. I said, so are you Ottawa Senators fan? He was like, nah, I like the Anaheim Ducks. Better logo.
Interesting.
There we go. I think his mum was like, you don't like the Senators? You know?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, a minute 10 to go, and James Roots, I mean, we talk about how good Macaulay Bishop was in that last Senior Max qualifying session, but yeah, what a 2-week stint this young man has had. Like you said, he really started to break into the spotlight at last year's edition of the championship. Yes. He obviously has had a great 2025 that followed that up. The Prime Power team, in a midst of a transition year, bringing in the OTK brand for the full-size classes. They've been very happy, though, with the Beryl Art chassis for their minis and micros. And obviously it's been on rails for young James Roots here in Minimax. He has been the standard, and I don't know if it's fair enough to say, but of our 6 Grand Finals ticket recipients coming out of this event, and especially if Macaulay Bishop could secure that ticket in Senior Max, would he be more confident than a young James Roots headed to Portimao when you have a performance like you've had over these 4 rounds here? I mean, he is simply head and shoulders above the crowd, Henry.
Yeah, and it's not as though the crowd are, untalented.
They're not slouches at all, no.
No, exactly. Lincoln Lima has been there before. Cristobal Ricci Olcese, he is a former Grand Finals qualifier. Oliver Aupri has qualified for the Grand Finals before. Roots has simply come in and has nailed the setup, the engine, the package, the driving, the confidence, all meshing perfectly together at the same time. He's the danger man. Alfie May qualified, took the first Minimax ticket, and Alfie is known as he led the majority of the Minimax Grand Finals last year. Before getting, what a spin! That's another Prime Kart and a Bennett chassis going off. But I mean, yeah, Roots has put the world on notice for simply being, no matter what the weather, no matter what where he starts, he drives through for the win. Checkered flag out. James Roots at the moment continuing his perfect couple of weeks in Texas with provisional pole. Lincoln Lima, Hudson Howard, Dutch Westbrook, Mateo Pai are next.
Yusuf Adi just outside the top 5 in 6th. Mason Brody ends in 7th. Cristobal Ricci down in 8th. Kimo Ahmad 9th. And Josh Wheeler rounding your top 10 here from the final qualifying session for Minimax. Oliver Aupri, Christopher Simon, Mace Lejzek, Ailey Letourneau, Tyler Blackwood, and Liam Astalis, your 16 drivers in Minimax. One qualifying session to go. You've heard me and Henry mention the conditions quite a bit. Well, again, we're in the announcer's booth. We're not the ones out on the ground really knowing exactly what's going on and hearing what the paddock has to say about everything as well. But I can tell you who is, and that's none other than our very own Cameron Reed down on pit lane. Cameron, I'll toss it on down to you. Give us a bit of an update here of what it's like on this chilly Sunday morning in Houston.
Definitely some of the colder weather that we've raced in here in Texas. Wanted to give you guys at home a live track report of the current temperature. It is around 53 degrees Fahrenheit as our track temperature. So definitely a little bit slicker, not nearly as much grip as we thought we would have at a track that has had so many weekends back to back on the same tire compound. But if you're able to hold on to it, you have potential to set track record, kind of like what Macaulay Bishop talked about. The motors run a lot better in the colder weather. So for those who are able to hold on to the less grip, might be able to set track record here at Speedsportz Racing Park.
And Cameron, while you're down there, I actually have one more question for you as well, if you could elaborate a bit. We've also talked a whole lot about the marbling. The rubber being laid down by the Ivincos, maybe not as much as some of the other compounds, but right down below. You talked about what this is like going offline. You've got a ton of racing experience yourself. Give the viewers a bit of an idea of what it's like when that stuff gets on your tires and what it's how much it is built up over the last few weeks.
Absolutely. Like we mentioned very briefly, we have been running the same tire compound over all the events, which is new for the Rotax Max package running the Ivinco tire. So we have the same type of marbling, but although we don't have actual ice on track, that is exactly what it feels like if you were to go offline. That's why we see some big spins happening in these tighter hairpins when you get pushed out into these marbles. It's nearly ice. No grip, and it definitely takes a few laps to come off the tires and clean off. So that's why we see some big accidents happen once those drivers get forced offline. But yeah, not nearly as much as I would have thought. I don't think that the tires are getting hot enough to throw off the marbling like we would have expected.
Still, though, it's always a factor, but a great point, Cameron. Indeed, with the cooler weather, right, we're not going to wear them out, and that's where, again, as Henry and I mentioned, too, Cameron and Grace down on pit lane will be keeping us informed of the tire strategies that some of the competitors may go to over the course of today, because that second set of tires, if they haven't deployed them yet, that's sitting, stickers still on them, waiting for potentially the pre-final or final. Qualifying for Masters Max will be ready on the other side of this break. Our final session here with our free coverage for the morning. We'll see you when we return from Speedsportz Racing Park for the Rotax Max Challenge Winter Trophy.
Cat food marketing. $9.99 a month.
Dude, Caleb, wake up. Dude, we're live in 5 minutes. Let's go. Come on. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm so sorry. Xander had me in a cat food marketing meeting till like 2 a.m. last night.
Come on, man.
Do you have anything I can drink?
Dude, I got the perfect thing for you. Perico. It's a healthy energy drink alternative.
Perico, non-GMO, gluten-free, kosher, magnesium, B12, B6,
Yeah, it's good.
B5, biotin, and zero sugar? Pericazo! Try Perico, made with natural ingredients, organic caffeine, and supports your metabolism. Try the new official energy drink of Kart Chaser.
Let's go race.
Come on, man.
Well, the sixth and final qualifying session of the day. In fact, the final qualifying session of the Rotax Winter Trophy 2026 underway. Max Masters, Gabriel Zugela from Argentina originally sealed the championship and the ticket yesterday. He's not hit the track yet. He is waiting. Christopher Mann at the head of this 4-5 kart train was Gabby's closest competition. Tried everything he could yesterday, but failed just to dethrone Zugella from taking the title, finishing 4th in the final after a late spin, was trying to pass his teammate, Billy Cleveland, there in kart 558. New race suit. Billy has brought out his old Team USA race suit, maybe for one final airing, although knowing Billy Cleveland, it's hard to imagine him ever fully retiring from karting. Of course, like he said, that's a set of golf clubs he's driving, because he said last year, nope, I'm going to stop driving and take up golf. Well, he realised that golf is nothing more than a nice walk in the country spoiled by having to hit a ball with a stick, and realised karting is much better. So that's a cosmic set of golf clubs for Racing Edge Motorsports. Billy Cleveland has been driving very, very well. Second yesterday. He's 4th in the point standings, behind Mundy Lawyer in 3rd, Christopher Mann in 2nd. Gabby Zugella heads out onto the circuit. He's not on camera now. He's minding his own business because, again, the pressure is off a driver that's got 2 grand final podiums to his name already.
Look how close we are on the opening laps, though, comparatively to every other qualifying session, right? Noel Dowler felt like laps 1, 2, 3, 4, even all the way up until lap 5 would be 3 to 4 tenths better than everybody. We touched on it that we were suspecting it was probably just an air pressure difference, right? Trying to go a little higher on tire pressure to be good at the beginning. There he goes now here on lap number 3 to the top of the board, or second on the board behind Mundy Lawyer. Both of them a couple tenths on the field, but not nearly as early. It felt like the peak of the lap times for Noel Dowler came in the previous 3 rounds of qualifying. So maybe today an adjustment at the Ryan Perry Motorsport camp to work on lengthening the strength of him over the course of the session, because no doubt he's got speed to run at the front. He was one of against 6 that were in an all-out dogfight all the way to the checkered flag in their Friday main event. Like you said yesterday, Gabby Zugella had them all covered. Christopher Mann was kind of best of the rest. Mundy Lawyer, honestly, was equally fast to Mann, too, in the final. But mind you, he had that mechanical woe in the pre-final. Now it looks like mechanical woes here.
Dominic Legrand.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Dominic Legrand, who was a podium finisher in round number 1. He will be starting down towards the back of the field for certain, although he's 6th at the moment. But you have to say there is the La Maison de Rotti Birrell ART kart at the side of the track. Legrand watching the rest of this the last 3 minutes of qualifying unfold. Billy Cleveland at the moment is top. Make that his teammate, Christopher Mann. The man himself is now provisional pole. Gabby Zugella qualifying yesterday, if you recall, Zander, was not Zugella's forte, shall we speak. He saves his best for the racing, but it does give, 5 points. That is what qualifying gets you. There is Zugella. Another change of race suit for today. He's got his Team Argentina race suit on. Has the number 522 car, the blue, the navy blue, light blue, and white race suit for Gabby Zugella. It's interesting how both Zugella and Cleveland have cracked open their national team race suits for this, the final day, having worn different suits for the rest of the week. There is Mundy Lawyer.
He was way wide coming out of turn 6 there. Looked like he might have had a woe. He was obviously pushing the limit, right? Went to the top the lap before, or
is he just making sure that Noel Dowler doesn't get a slipstream off him?
Or that he tries to slipstream off of Noel. I mean, letting him go. He's still well within the tow range. I mean, this is about the prime spot you kind of want to be in to start your lap because of where the straightaway lies, and ultimately having that big short shoot run into the boot to finish the lap. You've got 2 major slipstream zones. Obviously, the timing loop kind of splits this one in half if you want to call it 3, but just like we saw with Oliver Hodgson's lap, you end up too close to someone going into turn 1, and you don't really have an opportunity to get past them until all the way at the end of the backstretch at turn 6. So starting here, 3 to 4 car lengths back is a good start for this lap for Mundi. Obviously, Gabby Zugella has started to find some real speed now, moving up to a 53.76. That's a 10th up on Cleveland, 2 up on Mann. And for these two, the answer, again, they are about halfway back on the track comparatively in terms of number of laps logged. So they're just finishing lap 7. The drivers at the top of the pylon have already gotten that. They might get 9 laps where these two may only get 8. But Mundi, sacrifice last lap. Here we go out of the boot. Henry, Noel to the line, Mundi to the line.
Yep, you can see Mundi Lawyer like head down, crouching down behind the NASA panel, and it's 4th for Mundi Lawyer. It is a personal best, also a personal best for Noel Dowler. But again, there's the slipstream for you. Noel Dowler, personal best. Mundi Lawyer, personal best. But with that little bit of slipstream help, he actually goes above Noel in the ranking order. Still 4th and 5th, only a quarter of a second slower than provisional pole man Gabby Zugella. This should be their final lap, however. 20 seconds to go, now or never. For the two drivers we're watching, 4th and 5th at the moment. Henry Taleb has squeezed into 3rd position. Is Zugella and Cleveland on the provisional front row as the clock winds down to 0. In fact, these two will be the first two drivers to take the checkered flag.
So there will be a lap shorted. So to the line for Noel Dowler and Mundi Lawyer, our first two to the checkers. They'll go up to 2nd and 3rd, but again, everybody else still has one more lap in the chamber if they want it. Here comes Gabby to the line, and oh man, that was a heater, 53.47. He just knocked 3/10 onto the margin. There's still time. There's still 2 or 3 more potentially headed to the last turn to finish the session. Here we go to the line, Christopher Mann, Henry Taleb, any answer? They'll go to 2nd and 3rd. And I believe Billy Cleveland has already pulled on in and called his session done, as now Sylvain Gennard rolls across the loop. Or Simon Proto actually there across the line. But that will do it for everybody. Cleveland in a lap early, sits on it, ultimately slides down the board because of it. 6th for the elder statesman of the Masters Max division. Gabby Zugella, though, 2/10 up on Christopher Mann, Henry Taleb, Mundi Lawyer, Noel Dowler, your top 5. Henry, short break of the action coming up.
Yes, indeed.
So with that, folks, racing is all that remains for the Rotax Max Challenge Winter Trophy. Round number 4, going at it, pre-finals, when we come back here at 11:30 a.m. Central Time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast. 3 events on Kart Chaser today, racing for ours, starting when we're back.
Paulie Massimino wins the Wisconsin Grand Prix. James Overbeck on start number 2 gets win number 1 in OKN Stars.
On track or off, Brandon Jarsekrak Racing delivers elite performance. Led by 4-time Pro National Champion Brandon Jarsekrak, our team masters driver coaching, data-driven analysis, and mechanical precision at every national event. Contact us today at BrandonJarsekrakRacing.com.
So in motorsport, every detail matters, but we need to try to avoid using expensive and fragile sensors. So I'm gonna show you how we do it. So this is a comparison between the sensor, pink curve, and the accelerometer in blue. So we can read how hard the driver is applying the brake and how easy he's modulating his release in order to understand how the driver's braking. The sensor costs hundreds of dollars and the accelerometer is already in your dash, so you don't need to buy anything.
If you want to learn more about data analysis, you can sign up on my website right now. Enjoy the online course today.
This is Henry. Henry feels sad. Henry feels sad because it's time for his next big race and his go-kart is in bits. Henry doesn't know that Acceleration Kart Racing is the United States' #1 shop for all of your karting equipment needs. Henry also doesn't know that Acceleration Kart Racing can deliver anything from tires to race suits and even wheels directly to your front door or to the racetrack itself, quickly and efficiently, with tech support available 6 days a week. Poor Henry doesn't even know that Acceleration Kart Racing offers free shipping to mainland USA on selected product if you spend $200 or more. Do yourself a favor. Go to accelerationkarting.com and make sure that you are never left stuck on the pre-grid with Henry. Be smart and don't be like Henry.
Kyle, what are you doing?
It's got my new Greyhound seat.
You don't even have a cart.
Doesn't matter. I have a Greyhound.
Who the f is Kyle Cuthbertson? Doesn't even have a go-kart.
Doesn't matter.
Cuthbertson threw on Turney. Turney in the dirt.